Have you ever landed on a website for a product and just kept scrolling? Wondered what makes it so convincing? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain. We're going to break down the sales page for a supplement called SlimLeaf. And hey, this isn't about whether the product works or not. Nope. We're here to look at the strategy, the psychology, the storytelling they use to make their pitch. So look how it starts. Feeling tired and bloated? They get you right away, don't they? They're not talking about some obscure medical condition. They're hitting on something super common, something you or someone you know has probably felt. That's the hook, and it's a good one. And then bam, right after grabbing your attention, they throw in a little mystery. They tell you the real cause isn't what you think it is. So now you're thinking, wait, everything I've heard about diet and exercise is wrong? It creates this need to know, this itch you have to scratch. What's the secret? You just have to keep scrolling. All right, let's get into the first part of their strategy. This is all about setting up the problem, the one problem they're about to solve. This part is honestly pretty clever. Think about it. Feeling tired, bloated, or just off could be caused by like 100 different things, right? But what they do is boil it all down to a single common factor. It's genius, really, because if there's only one problem, then, well, there can be one simple solution. And here it is, the hidden root cause, the gut microbiome. They define it in a way that sounds huge and important. It's not just about your stomach, they say. It controls your energy, how you feel, basically everything. They're really raising the stakes here, making this microbiome thing the absolute key to your well-being. Okay, so they've set up the villain, the unbalanced gut. Now let's see how they bring in the hero of the story, their solution. So here comes SlimLeaf. Notice how the language lines up perfectly with the problem they just described. Restore gut balance, support healthy digestion. But then they add these little trust signals. 100% natural ingredients, made in an FDA-registered facility. Those aren't just details. They're designed to make you feel safe and confident right from the get-go. All right, now this is where they try to appeal to the logical side of your brain. They're about to break down exactly what's inside the bottle to show you that it's all backed by science. First up, a probiotic blend. But see, they don't just list a bunch of complicated bacterial names. No, they connect each one to a benefit you actually want. Supports healthy metabolism, enhance energy. They're translating the science into results. Next, they talk about something called chicory inulin, and they give it a really clear job. It's a prebiotic. It feeds the good bacteria. This creates a really cool little story in your mind. You're not just adding good guys, you're giving them food so they can thrive. It makes the whole thing sound way more effective, doesn't it? And they doubled down on that idea with the next ingredient, potato-resistant starch. It's another prebiotic, so they're really hammering home that support the microbiome angle. But then they add a new benefit. It helps you feel full. That's a huge bonus for anyone looking at a product with slim in the name. Okay, so they've made a lot of claims, but claims are easy. The hard part is getting you to believe them. This next section is all about building trust and showing proof. Ah, the classic comparison chart. This is such a powerful move. They put SlimLeaf on one side and some vague, typical supplement on the other. And, surprise, surprise, SlimLeaf wins in every single category. It's premium, it's verified, it's guaranteed. It's a simple visual way to scream, we are better than the other guys. And just when your brain is full of charts and data, they switch gears completely. They hit you with emotion. A quote from Emily P., a verified buyer. Notice she's not talking about clinically studied dosages. She's talking about no more afternoon bloating. It takes all that science and makes it feel real, personal, and something you could experience too. All right, we're heading into the home stretch. They've laid out the problem, the solution, the proof. Now it's time to close the deal. This is the final offer. Check out how they present the price. It's not just a list. The bar chart makes it so obvious that the price per bottle plummets the more you buy. So you're not thinking, oh, the 6-bottle option is the most expensive. You're trained to think, wow, the 6-bottle option is the best deal. And if you were still on the fence, they hit you with this. A whopping 93% of customers buy the 6-bottle package. That's some powerful social proof right there. It basically says, hey, this is what everyone else is doing. It's the smart choice. You don't want to be in the 7% who missed out, do you? It's a psychological nudge to follow the herd. And just to make that 6-bottle deal absolutely irresistible, they start throwing in free bonuses. But they're not just free guides. Oh no.
Each one has a specific dollar value attached. This is called value stacking. Suddenly, you're not just buying supplements, you're getting almost $200 worth of free stuff. It makes the offer feel massive.
And for the final knockout punch, they take away all the risk. A 60-day, 100% satisfaction money-back guarantee. This is for that little voice in the back of your head saying, but what if it doesn't work for me? They just silenced it. They've made it a completely safe decision to click that buy button.
So, let's just zoom out for a second. This wasn't just a random list of facts, was it? It was a story, a very carefully crafted story. It started with a problem you feel, introduced a hero solution, gave you reasons to believe, and then finished with an offer that feels too good and too safe to pass up.
So what's the takeaway here? Again, this isn't about saying SlimLeaf is good or bad. It's about pulling back the curtain on the how these pitches work. Because once you see the framework, once you understand the psychology, you start to see it everywhere. And that, hopefully, helps you make smarter choices as a consumer. How does seeing it all laid out like this change how you look at these things?